Cats breeding partnership is harness racing's richest and most prestigious championship event, with $6 million in purses over 2 nights. Tune in on October 30th and 31st to watch and wager on the 37th edition of the Breeders' Crown. Live from Harrah's Hoosier Park Racing and Casino. First post is 6 p.m. Eastern Time, both nights. Visit harrahshoosierpark.com for a live stream, a complimentary race program, and more information on ticket availability. The 2020 Breeders' Crown will be a ticketed-only event held in a reduced capacity format. Visit harrahshoosierpark.com for more info.
Trotting fillies on the track for the 11th race. 3-year-olds, Indiana Sire Stakes Super Final. $270,000 on the line. Here it's a field of 10. One is Woodside Dayton Diva, a bay daughter of Guccio, owned by the Irv Miller Stable and Robert McCormick. Mike Osteen driving. 2, Queen Margarita by Guccio. Cheyenne Yoder, the owner. Lorraine Miller gets the call. 3, Rock Swan by Swan for All of the S&R Racing Stables and Dr. Anthony Lombardi. Trace Tetrick drives. 4, Swan's Little Lori by Swan for All, owned by Beaver, Robinson, Mayola, and RBA Ventures with Ronnie Wren Jr. The 5, Faba by Air Zoom Lindy, Finn Racing of Newton, Illinois, the owner, Jared Finn aboard. The 6, RJZ First Lady by Swan for All, over the RJZ Stables of Goshen, Jay Cross drives. 7, Scabby Tenacious by Swan for All, Wren Racing, the owner, Peter Wren aboard. The 8, Lanuncio by Guccio, Sam Dodano and Jenna Luback of Wisconsin, the owners, J.D. Finn drives. And the 9 is May Baby. Bay daughter of Guccio, Cheyenne Yoder, the owner, James Yoder in the bank. And the 10, Pretzel Party by Mr. Cantab, owned by Denise Dennis and John Johansson of Delaware. Sam Widger is in the sulky. Exacta Trifecta, Superfecta. It's the start of the Pick 5.
Super final for the 3-year-old filly trotters coming up here in race number 11, and also the kickoff of the late pick 5 here at Harrah's Hoosier Park. Gabe, I don't know about you, but so far I've had a lot of ups and downs, so I'm going all in on this pick 5.
Oh, yeah, it's a great spot to take a shot. I believe the first 4 legs all Sire Stakes finals, so this should be a very nice pool tonight in the pick 5. Who knows? Maybe we'll see an upset somewhere along the way. Obviously, we've got some competitive divisions a bit later on. Those 2-year-old Pacing Colts. I think in the 12th race, that's a wide open affair. So we'll see if we can't sprinkle in an upset and end the night in style.
Looking at the field here, Gabe, 3, Rock Swan expected to get some play and did early. 6 to 5 second choice in the wagering, but we've seen this as a trend so far. Horses looking for their back-to-back Indiana Sire Stakes champions, and this is another one coming off last time out, which was a decent second. Hasn't had a winner in the last 3 starts.
You know, Peter, she is the only filly in the state of Indiana to knock off the 9 May Baby. That was back on August the 19th, so a couple of months back there. But I'm really shocked that she has taken this much play. Obviously, she is a filly that merits some respect, and we must respect that resume. Over $500,000 now, but she went off 5 to 2 last time against May Baby, and she was soundly defeated. She was 4 1/4 lengths back, so I'm not quite sure why we're seeing like the 6 to 5 type range. I think she'll be back in that 5 to 2, 3 to 1 type range when it's all said and done. And then we do see those fillies start to separate themselves a bit of the board as the 9 May Baby is down to 2 to 5.
Yeah, I think she was getting a lot of play because of the pace, or I should say post position advantage, one would think. But I'll tell you, when you're the best, you're the best. And May Baby has looked tremendous in the last 4. This is a horse that's capable of that 152 type of trot, but more importantly, likes to come home in sub 28. And for the trotters at this age, that's pretty fast.
Yeah, other than the lone loss here to Rock Swan back on August the 19th, she's not only won, she's just crushed here at Indiana. So there's no question that May Baby's the filly to beat. A couple of her losses back earlier this summer. The Hamiltonian Oaks was one of those. She went up 10 to 1 on the Hamiltonian Oaks. Obviously, the trip just did not work out that day. But this is a very talented daughter of Guccio. 1 to 5. I know that's a short price, but I think she deserves it. Here's as we get set for the 11th.
Skyway Tenacious with the Wolf, Peter Wren there for Melanie Wren. This horse has been getting pieces, but I don't know if it's enough to get the win. I definitely think an exotic horse.
Yeah, I think so as well. I used her underneath. I thought she may actually try and leave out here and get some early position. Just even there last time, really no shot where she got away there. I like her by Delaware. That was a pretty good effort there in the Buckette. She was on the attack first up there, ended up finishing a solid 3rd. But yes, I think fringe player, maybe not at the same level as the top 2 fillies here, but underneath in terms of exotics, she certainly could be in the mix.
Well, let's talk about, since you mentioned the bucket that was taking place at the Delaware County Fair back on September 23rd, let's talk about the runners-up. Dewan's Little Lori here for Christopher Beaver, Ronnie Wren Jr. in town tonight to drive. This horse made what looked to be a winning move last time out and just ran out of gas down the lane.
Yeah, just didn't finish up maybe as nicely as we'd like to see her finish up. And the prior start, not so great as well, Peter, where she had a tough post there. She got away far back there in that 11-horse field, but just okay finishing. So since the bucket, I'm just not quite sure she's been at her complete best. 1 for 18. The win resume is a little light. She's up there at a big price. I know at least in the morning line she was a short price here into these two favorites, but I'm just not certain she's trending in the right direction right now.
Irv Miller's got not only the 3 Rock Swan, but also Woodside Dayton Diva. This horse last time out was a runner-up performance in the aforementioned October 7th ISS 3-year-old filly contest. She came home particularly fast. However, I was looking at the charts and it looked like a lot of them were coming home fast that night.
Yeah, that was a very good finish. I think that's probably the best start of her career, at least for my buddy Peter. She closed from an impossible spot there. You just don't see horses get away 15 lengths behind the pack and rally into beating the link there. But I was impressed by that. Good runner-up finish in behind the 2, who actually defeated her as the favorite that night. But that was the best I think we've seen her look. Irv Miller already pulled off a win in one of these finals earlier, so this could be a long shot to toss in the mix.
Can you make a case for either the 5 or the 8, both the Finn entries? Can you make a case for any one of them for exotics?
Yeah, the 5, I thought she raced pretty well last time. She got away close and just tracked. They could be looking for a similar type trip tonight. Going to be tough, though, from way out in post 8 with the other filly there. It's all about position here. She's going to be a big long shot, nearly, in fact, a 99 to 1 at the moment.
You want to beat the champ? Well, May Baby is 1 to 5. Coming into line here, the 3-year-old fillies, part of that Indiana Sire Stakes Super Final for the Trotters. Back out to Steve Cross for the call.
They're at the gate. 3-year-old trotting fillies lining up, moving in. It's post time at Harris Hoosier. Ready, set. And they're off and trotting. Good start for the field here. Rock Swan first away. Woodside Dayton Diva to the inside, and here's May Baby on the move early. Skyway Tenacious comes away well. Queen Margarita right there between horses as they race out of the first turn. Pretzel Party finds racing room up towards the front there. Deswan's Little Lori drops in. They trot out of the first turn. Faba coming away 8th. RJZ First Lady is 9th. Last and 10th, Lanuncio. Trotting to the quarter, 27 and 2. Teacher Kaz, Rock Swan of the clear, leading the way by 2.5 lengths. May Baby takes a seat tonight, and she'll follow the leader. Down the backstretch, Woodside Dayton Diva is another 3 lengths off in third, 2.5 more. Queen Margarita 4th. Pretzel Party mid-pack there 5th is followed by Deswan's Little Lori and Skyway Tenacious. They reach the half in 56 seconds flat. Rock Swan continues to control, and May Baby and Yoder content to follow. A gap of 3.5 back to Woodside Dayton Diva with Queen Margarita and Pretzel Party. Here's Deswan's Little Lori, first to go to the outside. Faba flushed that cover from last. Skyway Tenacious back of the inside is 8th. They trot the far turn, approaching the 3/4 mile marker. Rock Swan has led unchallenged every step of the way. May Baby and Yoder sitting chilly in the pocket there, waiting as they trot 3/4, 124 and 2. And Rock Swan is solid in the lead. May Baby and Yoder will look to go to the inside here. Now less than an 1/8 of a mile to go, and the gloves are off. Rock Swan to the outside. May Baby to the inside. May Baby coming on through. May Baby takes a lead. Rock Swan to the outside. Has no answers, and May Baby trots on by to win in 152 and 2. Unofficial winner, the 9 May Baby. Second, number 3, Rock Swan. Third, the 10 Pretzel Party. And fourth, the 2 Queen Margarita. 9, 3, 10, 2. Unofficial. Returning at trackside to the winner's circle for the 7th time this season and for the 4th consecutive time, trotting in 152.2, it's May Baby. Two-time champion in Indiana Sire Stakes action. A daughter of Guccio and a freewheeling by credit winner. Bred by Harvey Knapp's Oakwood Farms of Montgomery, Indiana. Is owned by Cheyenne Yoder of Bell, Florida. James Yoder, the trainer-driver. It's a triple for the green team tonight. Yoder with his 3rd winner of the evening. And May Baby, crowned the official champion of Indiana Sire Stakes action. Upcoming 12th race. The also eligibles are scratch. 11 and 12 are out. The winner returning $2.60, $2.22.10 the exacta, $3.20 the trifecta. Returning $58.60, $2 super, $264.60.
May Baby taking the 3-year-old filly trot. The super final goes to Team Yoder. That's a 3-bagger. If we were at a hockey game, there'd be octopi going all over the ice right now. James, that was huge. First off the bat, for a lot of people watching, she is so little.
Yeah, she's small, but she's got a big heart.
Absolutely. Was the plan all along drawing that outside post to just do some tracking?
It was just kind of to float out of there and see where I end up. And I managed to end up right on Rock Swan's back.
Top of the stretch, Rock Swan looked like it maybe wasn't going to stop. You decided rather than going to the outside to duck in. Was that by design?
It wasn't. She was little on the right line, so I just went on the inside.
And it worked out for you.
It worked out.
Okay, a lot of people have been keeping their cards pretty close to the vest, and I can't believe I'm asking this, but I'm going to ask anyway. Breeders' Crown?
She's eligible for it, and if she comes out of it sound, then she'll be in a Breeders' Crown next week.
How important is it for you, as the younger of the Yoders, to do what you're doing for the family line? Because when you hear the name Yoder, at least I know, I'm a Cali boy, when I hear it, I go, this is big-time racing trotters.
Yeah, it's big. I mean, my dad won the Breeders' Crown a couple years ago, so to be following his footsteps is big for me.
Did he give you any advice on this race?
He did not.
And that's a good thing.
Yep.
All right, there's still the competition between the two of you.
He's competition, yep.
That's what I want to hear. Congratulations, James.
Thank you.
All right. James Yoder, he says, him and Dad, still a competition. We still got more racing coming up. Don't go away.
11th race results. Woodside Dayton Diva 6. Queen Margarita was 4th. Rock Swan 2nd. Swan's Little Lori was 5th. Faba 9, RJZ First Lady 7, Scabby Tenacious 8, Lanancio 10, May Baby the winner, Pretzel Party 3, Recheck 6, 4, 2, 5, 9, 7, 8, 10, 1, 3.
Bar hopping son of Muscle Hill is making serious waves with his first crop of 2022-year-olds. Over one-half of his foals have raced as of July 15th, and one-half of those are winners, led by stakes winners In Range,
and it's In Range, in front,
and Pub Crawl.
It's Pub Crawl in one.
A majestic-looking son of the greatest trotting stallion ever, who has already proven his siring ability. Bar hopping is undoubtedly the next generation, standing at Hanover Shoe Farms.
For Woodford Reserve, quality is what we're judged against. If we aren't great, nothing else matters. Quality. It's our Woodford way.
2-year-old pacing Colson Geldings have been called. They're on the track. Race 12, it's the Indiana Sire Stakes Super Final. $270,000 purse. Here's the one, Rogers Image. A Son of Rock and Image, owned by Burke Racing, J&T, Silver Pearl and Libby, and Ras Racing, Waver Buscemi, John DeLong driving. 2, Madeline's Blackjack from the first crop of J.K. into Venera. Owned by Jeff Font Racing and Brian Carsey. Mike Osting drives the Breeders' Crown eligible. 3, Virgo is Breeders' Crown eligible. A Son of Always a Virgin. Howard Taylor, Jeffrey Billings, and Dylan Davis, the owners. Tim Tetrick aboard. 4, Brookview Bullet by Always a Virgin over the 11 Star Stables of Portland. He's Breeders' Crown eligible, driven by Ronnie Wren Jr. 5, What's Your Beef by J.K. in the Venera, by Donovan, Sobraco Nichols, and Jeff Racing, Trace Tetrick. 6, He's Gonna Get Ya by J.K. in the Venera, and Schneider and Benita Simmons, the owners. Brandon Bates aboard. 7 is Flirtin' Freddy by Fred and Ginger, owned by Howard Taylor and Edwin Gold. Ricky McCumber drives. The 8, Skyway Victor by Tell It Like It Is, owned by Jerry Graham, the Engold Stables of Illinois, and Benita Simmons, Sam Widgera. 9, J.K. Going West, a Breeders' Crown eligible son of J.K. into Venera. Bill Beachy and David Furch, the owners. Lowayne Miller drives. The 10, Better Rock. A Son of Rock and Image, owned by DeSillas Racing, and William Beck of Illinois. Andy Miller in the sulky. 11 and 12 are scratched. Exacta, trifecta, superfecta wagering.
Super final for the 2-year-old Pacers coming up here in race number 12. Welcome back, everybody, to our Champions Night here at Hoosier Park Racing and Casino. Peter Lurie standing by with my partner, Mr. Gabe Pruitt. And Gabe, this is another race. I don't know about you, but in my pick 5, I went small in the first leg. I went 4 deep in this one. I don't think it's as much a giveaway for the 2-1 favorite.
Yeah, I don't think so as well. I mean, this is a colt to beat. He's been in fine form, comes off a convincing win. Race he was supposed to win when he was 30 cents on the dollar there, as he hooked maybe a pretty comfortable assignment for that last leg of the Sire Stakes. But I don't think it's a walkover for What's Your Beef as well. He's a very talented colt, but in 2-1 he deserves to be the favorite. But I'm like you, I spread here in terms of the pick 5 play.
And you look at the speed indexes, you look the way the horse has been coming back, consistent 151 type, likes to come home sub 28 in the last 2 efforts. You want to see that peaking at this point. And of course, nobody's driving any better than Trace Tetrick, or as we've said for the last 7, 8, 9 years, Trace Tetrick's home away from home.
Oh, yeah, he is the king. Trace does great work. We all know that. What's Your Beef? Really, even the loss, 2 back, Peter, that is a race that caught my eye there. He tried to go down the road in the elevation stake there. Southwind Gendry, who's a very talented son of Always Be Mickey. He won a Grand Circuit stake in Lexington there in our final week as well. I thought that was a good third-place effort, so he has even proven he can step up and tackle some Grand Circuit-type company. So this is a talented son, I believe, one of 9 on the card tonight. First crop of J.K. Venera, new stallion here in Indiana that's made a big mark as part of his first crop.
Big fan of J.K. Venera. 3 horse in front of us is Virgo. This is an Always a Virgin, back-to-back runner-up performances in the elevation and in that Indiana Sire Stakes event back on October 8th. Tim Tetrick looking for his 2nd Champions Tonight victory.
Yeah, he was even better in that elevation stake than What's Your Beef. In my mind, he was just missed there, quarter of a length to Southwind Gendry. I like that effort. My concern, Peter, he just wasn't razor sharp here last week. I'm not sure what was up with that, but I thought he was teed up with a perfect trip. I don't mean to be too hard on him, but he took up the lead, turning for home. He could not fend off the 9. J.K. Going West off his back, so maybe just not quite at his best here, but I'm hoping he'll bounce back. I thought off that loss he would be playing a little bit better price, but right now the co-favorite 2-1. I'd like to see at least 3-1, maybe 7-2 on Virgo.
Gabe, the 4 right now I like as a bit of a price here. I got this one on top for Tyler George. Nobody training better than Tyler over the last couple of years. He hands the lines to Ronnie Wren Jr. This horse, Brookview Bullet. Horse has got some speed, but has also proven doesn't have to be on the front end.
Well, for the first 5 starts of his career, he had not done nearly anything wrong. He was 4 for 5. The only loss was a second-tier start where he just missed a neck. My concern, he was used extremely hard in that last race. Post 8, he was on a front-end speed mission there, 54 and change. Didn't finish up as great as we would have liked to have seen, but obviously had an excuse with the quick fractions. How's he going to bounce back off that effort? That's my concern here. If he's at his best, clearly a Colt could get the job done.
I think you're going to need a 151 time if you're going to get the money tonight, and the horse on the outside in the 9-hole has done that, and that is 151 in the last 2 of the last 3 starts. JK Going West, again, another JK end of an era. Looked good last time out, winning. The question mark, though, abounds, the dreaded 9-hole.
Couldn't have set things up any more perfect there last time. That was a great second over stalking trip. He was behind Virgo. He parlayed that into a nice victory. A lot of times, Peter, I'd like to take a shot against horses that were perfect trip winners at the last start. And the post is very tough tonight as well. I'm just not sure how he's going to race. I would have to think Wayne Miller's going to lead the gate here. You know, is he going to be as good what he's used here early in this event tonight to try and get it done late?
What do you do with the 1, Rogers Image here, Gabe? Ron Burke obviously is not here just for a party. He's here because he thinks he can win. This horse, where the others might have been on a fast night, this one has been a consistent sub-27 closer. If it gets crazy, and a couple races have been, that's dangerous.
Yeah, I think he's in play underneath. He was a good runner up there last behind What's Your Beef. He had a nice trip, but actually stayed close. So I think he'll be forwardly placed again tonight after drawing that inside post. I think John Long will likely be rushing him off the wings a little bit, and he'll track some of the logical horses here and could finish up with a piece.
Can you make a case for Madeline's Blackjack? Junior Haynes, of course, has not really been what you would consider form for this type of a race, but where there's Junior Haynes, there's always a way.
Yeah, it looks like a tough task for this guy tonight. He's been chasing a lot of these colts here all summer, and not much of an impact player here at the top shelf. Sire Stakes colts, so we'll see. He's up against it here. But a big price.
What about Flirtin' Freddie? Jamie McCumber looking for her first victory on tonight's card.
Yeah, another colt that just seems to be in a tough spot here, and he doesn't seem to have a lot of early speed. So if you think the 9's going to leave, that could potentially put the 7 away, maybe the 8th, 9th, 10th spot. So it looks like a tall mountain to climb.
Co-favorites right now at 9-5 between the 3 Virgo and the 5 What's Your Beef? The beef, well, it's the winner's share of the 2-year-old Colts and Geldings Indiana Sire Stakes Super Final for the Pacers. Back out to Steve Cross for the call. Race 12. Good luck.
They're at the gate, and the gate is moving. It's post time at Harris Hoosier. 2-year-old of pacing Colts and Geldings enter the stretch for the start. Ready, set, and they're off and pacing. And out for the lead, it's Rogers Image from the inside. Skyway Victor leaving aggressively. What's Your Beef between horses? JK Going West is forwardly placed here, but he's caught 3 wide going into the first turn. Better Rock is out in 5th. Madeline's Blackjack to the inside is 6th. Virgo coming away 7th. Brookview Bullet is 8th. He's going to get you. And Flirtin' Freddie, the trailers, as they race over to the first quarter-mile marker, 26-4. The opening quarter, Rogers Image rough-gated there, and he is taken out. What's Your Beef then? Powers to the front. He'll take the lead. And Skyway Victor and Sam Widger tucking in quickly behind the leader and follow over to the halfway point. Meantime, Better Rock is there in 3rd. JK Going West is well placed in 4th. And here comes Virgo out and moving. Madeline's Blackjack then is locked in along the inside. He's going to get you. Follows the moving cover to the outside. Brookview Bullet is trapped in. The half was 56 seconds flat. Flirtin' Freddie moving up to 9th then, and Rogers Image trails. Onto the far turn. What's Your Beef? What's Your Beef by 2. Skyway Victor to the inside. Still there racing in 2nd. Here comes Virgo with a rush on the outside. Better Rock in contention. And JK Going West is now blocked. He's going to get you there to his outside. They arrive at the 3/4 mile marker. They're in 1:24. What's Your Beef leading for home? To the outside and looming large now comes Virgo. T-Trix 1-2 here and locked in. Skyway Victor. Widger needs the inside lane. JK Going West looking desperately for racing room with less than a 16th to go. Virgo, What's Your Beef? JK Going West to the outside. Better Rock to the wire. JK Going West in 1:51-2. Unofficial winner, the 9. JK going west. Second, number 5, What's Your Beef? Third, number 3, Virgo. And fourth, a 10, Better Rock. 9, 5, 3, 10. Unofficial. Your attention, please. Inquiry sign has been posted. The inquiry does concern the unofficial winner, the 9. JK going west, possible interference to the 8, nearing the wire. Again, the inquiry does concern the unofficial winner, possible interference in deep stretch. Hold all tickets, please. Insufficient evidence for placing. Numbers will stand. In the winner's circle, standing very quietly, is JK Going West. From the first crop of JK in Havanera, that of Southwest by Western Hanover. He was bred by Leroy Schmucker's Silver Linden Farm. Salvig Graybill is owned by Bill Beachy. And first-time owner David Furch of Walkerton. Wayne Miller trains and drives. Third career win for J.K. Going West. Second consecutive in the series. Pacing at 151 and 2. Returning $15.80 to win. $6.60 and $4. The exacta is $69.40. The trifecta $198.60. $2 super factor $1,994.80. Upcoming a 13th race. The also eligibles 11 and 12 have been scratched. 13th race starts the late pick 3.
JK Going West, that was a gutsy move to get the victory, but had to survive a judge's inquiry and a winning driver and trainer, Mr. Wayne Miller. Wayne, I asked you right over here, did you think anything was enough to warrant a disqualification? You didn't even hesitate, you said no.
No, when I come over and I seen the inquiry, I was like, what the heck did I do? So I was pretty confident that I didn't do nothing.
Outside post obviously is never an easy thing to do, but you seem to weed yourself through quickly. The last minute dive in between them, that was a gutsy move. Was that just split second decision, or?
Yeah, he was loaded and I had nowhere to go on the outside, so that was my only option, is try to go up the inside. I seen Sammy's horse was running in and looked like I was going to have some room.
You spent a lot of years here. Obviously, you've had to make your bones like everybody else, but it seems this season especially you've had a fair amount of really nice horses. How special is winning a race like this to you?
It's amazing. I mean, you go all year and put all this work in, and to be able to win a big one like this, it always pays off. And I just want to thank my help, the owners, and thank God.
And let's also talk about the fact that you're a new husband and you now got a new baby. And from what I'm hearing from your lovely wife, the first time she was away is with grandma. That's got to be real special for you. 2020 for a lot of people hasn't been great, but for you, it's been pretty good.
Yeah, it's very special for us to do it together and be able to do this. And thanks to my mom to come down to watch the baby. So,
how would a Breeders' Crown do for you on this one?
I think after this performance, I think we're going to go for it. I mean, I got to talk to the owners, but I'm game if they are.
Where would that rank up in your accomplishments thus far if you were to get the money?
What do you say?
I said, how would it rank up in your accomplishments if you were to get the money?
It would be amazing. I mean, it probably couldn't describe.
All right. Well, man, a few words, but we appreciate it. Wayne, thank you so much. Continued success not only with this lovely horse, but with the rest of the meet.
Thank you.
All right. Wayne Miller with the victory there.
12th race results: Rogers Image 10, Madeline's Blackjack 9, Virgo 3, Brookview Bullet 6, What's Your Beef 2, He's Gonna Get You 7, Flirtin' Freddy 8, Skyway Victor 5, JK Going West the winner, Better Rock 4, Recheck 10, 9, 3, 6, 2, 7, 8, 5, 1, 4. 3-year-old trotting colts and geldings on the track. Race 13, Indiana Sire Stakes Super Final. $270,000 purse. The one is Emma Town Bud by Big Stick Lindy. He's a Breeders' Crown eligible. He's owned by Summit Pacing Acres of Fort Wayne, and he's driven by Mike Osting. The 2, Bluebird Deacon by Swan for All, owned by the Panax Stable of Itasca, Illinois. Tim Tetrick driving. 3, After All Paul by Swan for All. Julie Rideout, Pete Schmucker Jr. and the Glider Stables of the owners. Doug Rideout drives. 4 is Simply Swan by Swan for All. JP Racing, the owner, Joe Putnam. 5, Swan in Motion, a Breeders' Crown eligible son of Swan for All. M&M Racing of Goshen and the Jamaz of the owners. Ricky McCumber drives. 6, Dude Included from the first crop of Class Included. Ben Graber, the owner, John DeLong driving. 7, Speedball Swagger by Swan for All, and by Holly Lane Studies of Vero Beach, Florida, Wayne Miller driving. The 8, JS Jasper by Big Stick Lindy, and with the Jack Myers Racing Stable of Bristol, Indiana, Alex Udell. 9, TJ's Top Pick by Swan for All, Pollock Racing and Jeff Cullen for the owners, Andy Miller driving. And the 10, Anchors Away by Whom Shall I Fear, owned by Geis Enterprises of Chicago, the Irv Miller Stable of Wind Gap, Pennsylvania. Sam Widger is in the sulky. Exacta Trifecta, Superfecta, and late pick 3 wagering.
The Colts and Geldings 3-year-old trotters going for the super finals here in race number 13. Welcome back, everybody. Gabe Pruitt, Peter Lurie standing by with you. And right now, Gabe, looks like a 3-5 favorite to Emma Town Bud. I didn't put on top.
Yeah, I agree. I thought for the top spot, this was really a 3-horse race. I thought Emma Town Bud was just going to get a ton of action. So for the top spot, I took a shot to beat him as well. It certainly doesn't shock me. He is the odds-on favorite.
Should be, looks the part, looks good out there on the track, very relaxed. The man from Chicago, Michael Osting, driving for the Byron Hooley Stables. This horse come off a really nice win last time out. I thought that was actually particularly impressive also. They had to go in the Old Oaken over on the Jug Week, and then came in for a qualifier in September 30th, and then put in what I thought was a really legit move there. The question is there enough to move forward?
Yeah, well, I thought it was a nice start, especially a rebound effort after making a break in stride over the half-mile track there at Delaware. Could just been an issue with the smaller track. He's obviously been very good here at Hoosier Park throughout his career. So he was supposed to win that race, but nicely driven there on the front end under aggressive handling for Mike Osting. This is a colt that bounced back in a big way. I would expect him to race well again tonight.
All I can tell you is I'm looking at the 2 right now and thinking 9-5. I'm not shocked at all. This is Bluebird Deacon. I mentioned this earlier in the broadcast in the pre-show. Jay Cross, the conditioner, he hands the lines over to Tim Tetrick, and why not?
Yeah, and you and I are going for that angle here with the driver change. And this is a guy that's done very well, and Jay Cross has done a very good job driving him. He was a good runner up there last time behind the big favorite. But tip of the bike here for the first time. We'll see if that can shake him up a bit. He's going to be your second choice when it's all said and done. And I gave him just the slightest of edges here.
Swan in Motion is very intriguing, and I know you have this horse in the second spot. I would assume a pick 5 ticket, it probably included here for Jamie McCumber. Was a winner 2-back in a 157. I'm just not sure if 157 gets the job done tonight.
Yeah, that was a qualifier, and he was under pretty conservative handling there. That was not the most impressive qualifier. They came back half a minute and 2/5 on the clock. So, yeah. But the last start I liked. I thought it was better than it looks on paper. Peter was driven just very conservatively after missing some time. He had trot finishing. I like that quite a bit. And this is a colt that's been good all summer long. If you go back already 5 of 9 on the season, he's beaten many of these types in the past. So I think if he bounces back and he has his fastball working here tonight, they typically do in these big money finals for Team McCumber. I thought Swan in Motion was an interesting proposition here. And you're getting a good price here, 7-1. Again, if he's at his top level, he can go with these 2 favorites as well.
Both with the include on the 6, Dude Included. Good luck to Trent Stoller. This horse was a winner. In fact, has won 3 of the last 6, including a 27-2 on September 24th against a similar group.
Yeah, and he was conservatively handled last time out. Prior to that start, he hit the board in all 10 starts on the season. So he's always been knocking on the door against some of the top-level Indiana trotters. I think he's a must-use in terms of the exotics. I did not play with the pick 5 there for the top spot, but when you get underneath there, I think Dude Included is a must-use.
Andy Miller already and Julie Miller with a winner on tonight in the Super Finals. They have a bit of a long shot from the outside. TJ's top pick. Last winner for this one was the qualifier, 3 back, a 155, came home 30.
He just hasn't fired back as well as a sophomore. We know he's tremendously talented, earned over $300,000 here in this Indiana Sire Stakes program as a freshman. Recent barn change over to trader Julie Miller. We saw that move pay off a little earlier tonight with Priceless when she fired at a big effort. Could we see the same here from TJ's top pick? It's possible. We know he has some ability. 9-1, though, that is a shockingly low price in my mind on TJ's top pick from a very tough post here, and he just has not quite been himself of late. We'll see what we get, but the fans out there giving him some respect on the board.
I was going to say that's more than respect as far as I'm concerned. Joe Putnam, of course, Joey Putnam taking one of the races tonight, Simply Swan. This is another Swan for all. The last win for this one, September 3rd, that was a non-winners of 4. Papa Joe decides to keep this one on for himself.
Yeah, how about Joe? Ran into him a little earlier in the clubhouse. Now he's in the bike here for over a $250,000. So good luck out there to the team Putnam. Already one big win on the card, as you said. This is a tough spot, though, for Simply Swan. He would need his very best to pick up a check here, this group.
What about the 7 Speedball Swagger, Gabe? Luron Miller just won the last one, looking to go back-to-back. This horse is coming off the win against a similar group.
He was in against Indiana Sire Stakes Company there, but that was a bit of a softer division, Peter. He actually went off as the 3-2 favorite, so that one did come up pretty comfortable for him. He did overcome a tough trip to get it done. Another, though, that would really have to step up his game, I think, to finish at least on the board here against a good group.
All right, well, the horses are coming into line. Just want to say, Gabe, it was a pleasure working with you tonight, and look forward to seeing you back at Breeders' Crown, I would hope.
I will be here.
All right, my friend. Coming up next, we've got the Trotting Indiana Sire Stakes Super Final 3-year-old Colts and Geldings. Looking for the favorite, look no further than the rail, Emma Town Bud. Here's Steve Cross.
3-year-old Trotting Colts and Geldings lining up, moving in. They're in the stretch. Here they come. And they're off and trotting. Emma Town Bud from the inside, the Bluebird Deacon alongside. Swan in motion, and from the outside, it's Dude Included. Out past the stands, anchors away, comes away 5th. Trotting 6 to the outside, TJ's top pick after all, Paul down along the pylons. Speedball Swagger is away 8th as they step into the first turn. Simply Swan 9th. The trailer is J.S. Jasper. Trotting to the quarter, 27-3 to the outside for the lead. It's Dude Included. Dude Included cannot clear Emma Town Bud. Emma Town Bud coming right back with the inside will retake. Bluebird Deacon will track closely there on the inside. He trots in 3rd. Then a gap of some 5-6 lengths. Further back to Swan in motion 4th. 5th to the inside, anchors away. TJ's top pick to the outside, racing in 6th. After all, Paul 7th. Racing 8th, then it's Speedball Swagger as they come to the halfway point in 55-4. Emma Town Bud on the inside has the lead. Dude Included, a long grinding mile to the outside. Bluebird Deacon sitting in behind the leader. He's trapped there 3rd. Here's TJ's top pick right up into contention on the outside. Make that anchors away. He's 4th. And then to the outside, TJ's top pick 5th. Meantime, Swan in Motion is trapped in heavy traffic here as they arrive at the 3/4 mile marker, 125-1. Emma Town Bud leads for home. Bluebird Deacon tracking closely 2nd. Dude Included to the outside. Swan in Motion slipping through with less than 1/8 of a mile to go. And the battle begins here. Emma Town Bud to the outside. Bluebird Deacon to the inside. Bluebird Deacon takes a short lead. Here's Swan in Motion charging hard to the outside. Coming to the wire. Bluebird Deacon and Swan in Motion on the line together in 153-1. Unofficial winner, the 5, Swan in Motion. Second, the 2, Bluebird Deacon. Third, number 9, TJ's Top Pick. And fourth, the 4, Simply Swan. 5, 2, 9, 4. Returning at trackside, unofficial winner of the Indiana Sires Stakes Super Final for the 3-year-old trotting colts and geldings, it's Swan in Motion. The Breeders' Crown eligible son of Swan for All out of Keystone Sadie by Yankee Glide. Bred by Lyle Slaybaugh of Topeka, Indiana, is owned by M&M Racing of Goshen and Joe Mazza of Burbank, Illinois. Jamie McCumber trains, Ricky McCumber drives. Scoring his 6th of the season. 8th career win for Swan in Motion. Trotting in record time, 1:53 1/5.
He races out here so quickly. Got the win.
I'm here.
How confident were you?
Pretty confident.
Are we Breeders' Crown? I'm going to ask you.
I would say yes,
Okay,
but
we'll talk.
I'll talk to the owner. Same as everybody else. Talk to the owner.
But we're going to do it.
Yes.
Thirteenth race official. Coming up, race 14. The also eligibles 11 and 12 have been scratched. 14th race starts the late double. Swan in Motion returns $14, $6.80 and $16.40 to show. The exacta $43.60. The trifecta $369. No winners in the pick 6. Tomorrow's carryover $2,485.68.
We've been seeing some pretty exciting finishes tonight, and Swan in Motion keeps the motion going. Winning trainer Jamie McCumber, Team McCumber getting the money. How confident were you tonight?
You know, I'm always confident in this colt. He has done nothing but make me happy and just make me look good. the few starts back when he made the break, it was so uncharacteristic that it kind of shocked me. So I just worked extra hard. I had at the spa every day, you know, just making sure that we went above and beyond to get this horse to the winner's circle tonight.
Let's talk about the qualifier going into it. At that point, you just got to do it. Was it more a case of let's just keep him on a schedule? Because it didn't seem like it was particularly fast.
Yeah, probably just an off day. You know, they're not always sharp. So Ricky loves this colt more than any of us know, I think, so he didn't want to push him through that qualifier, and we just needed a mile is all we needed.
That's a lot of confidence, though. When I see them get out in out in like about the sixth path like that, he must have really thought he had a lot of horse.
I promised him he would not run tonight, and he had the most trot he's ever had.
Okay, we're going to have to ask you the same thing we've been asking everybody. It's been kind of 50-50 all night long. Breeders' Crown, yes or no?
If it's up to me, yes. But I will call Aura
Go ahead, say it.
and Norb and make sure that they were on the same page.
Which more importantly means I'm going to check with the owners. Jamie, thank you so much. And continued success, you guys, as always, giving us a great show tonight.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thirteenth result, Emmetown Bud finished as 7th, was disqualified, placed 9th for an extended break in the stretch. Bluebird Deacon was 2nd. After all, Paul 10. Simply Swan 4. Swan in Motion the winner. Dude Included 9, placed 8. Speedball Swagger 5. J.S. Jasper was 8th, placed 7th. TJ's Top Pick finished 3rd and Anchors away 6th. Recheck for the top following the disqualification and placings. Final order 9-10. 4, 1, 8, 5, 7, 3, 6.
I'll tell you, if you've been looking for a super night with some super finishes, that's what we've been delivering pretty consistently all night tonight. We got one more of the super finals coming up, and joining me, you know him, the vice president, general manager here at Hoosier Park, but he's also one heck of a handicapper himself, Mr. Rick Moore. And Rick, all I can say is congratulations to the whole team on what has been a great night.
It's been a great night of racing. Congratulations to all the winners this evening. Put on a great show. Like you said, Peter, been some tremendous finishes, and I think this race sets up to be the same type right here. I think it's going to be a thriller. I really do.
Well, let's talk about the race. Obviously, I kind of think odds on Cyrus. I'm just such a fan of this horse for Team Wren, but you decided Family Recipe makes a lot of sense. I think that's a great call, getting some play here at 4-1.
Just take a little shot. Look, I give all the credit in the world to odds on Osiris. He's going to be really tough to beat. He's a tremendous horse. $250,000 this year, almost $600,000 lifetime. But Family Recipe, I'd like to form this horses in. 3 races ago, came out of the 7-hole, just gets beat less than a length, then comes back and beats older horses in that 9 winners of 4 condition. And then last week he had the 9-hole. I'm throwing that race out. Just going to take a little shot, gets the rail this evening. just a hunch. I'm going to go with Family Recipe, maybe to pull a small, slight upset.
What do you do on the outside with the horse Clever Character? Another one in the 9-hole, but we've seen horses from the outside have been doing well tonight, despite the position. And, of course, anytime Ron Burke's got a horse in the race, you better look 2 or 3 times before you dismiss.
I agree. And the 9-hole doesn't seem to be an impediment this evening. We've seen several winners out of the 9-hole. We've seen some outside horses do well all evening. Clever Character, another one of those horses in great shape. Just came out of the 7-hole last week and won at 6-5. He's going to be tough. That Clever Character going to be a tough character tonight. I'll tell you that.
I'll tell you something else that I thought was pretty cool, and a kudos, of course, to Scott Piney and the racing office back there. I love the last race. Sometimes it's one of the lower level races. Not tonight, man. We're going right in there. Another tough race, which makes the double even more difficult. You're the double player. What are we looking at?
I like Frankie Park in that last race. I really do. The horse is coming out of Sire Stake, that leg 7. Is in the consolation tonight, but went 50-3. Only got beat a length by Clever Character, the horse we were just talking about, Peter. I thought that was a big effort. I think it sets him up really well for this evening. It gets a nice 2-hole starting position. I like Frankie Park in the last race.
I was going to have in my now defunct Pick 5 ticket. I was definitely on board with that one. I also always tell the truth. It's tough to look away from this from Junior Haynes. I just think he does such a great job with his pacers and his trotters. But I like the way this horse is coming into the race. You got to explain the last race. I think what you explain is it wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was just like it was a race coming in for this one. Almost, I'm not going to say a prep, but almost like they were winding up for tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you. I got Always Tell the Truth second on my ticket. I think he'll be right there. I'm like you. I like this horse a lot in the last race.
All right, the horses are coming out on the track. We'll take a closer look at our final, super final of the evening after the post parade.
Horses on the track, parading to the post. Race 14, 3-year-old, pacing Colts and Geldings. Indiana Sire Stakes Super Finals, $270,000 up for grabs here. The One Family Recipe, a Son of Always a Virgin, owned by Miller, Manders, Vieira, and the Never Too Late stable, Wayne Miller driving. 2, Caribbean Escape by Bring on the Beach, owned by Dean Gillespie, Barbara Schlagetter, and Gail Potter of Ohio, John the Long drives. 3, Island of the Sea by Always a Virgin, owned by Eric and Lisa L. of Denton, Maryland, Mike Osting aboard. 4, the Breeders' Crown eligible, Odds on Osiris, a Son of Rock and Image, owned by Dana Parham's Odds on Racing of Boca Raton, Florida, Peter Wren aboard. 5, Crook Boys by Always a Virgin, owned by John and Robert Esposito and Brett Selby, Brandon Batesa. The 6, Sawyer's Desire by Real Desire, owned by Burke Racing. Weaver Brissemi and David Wills with Trace Tetrick. The 7, Doji Gizmo by Tell It Like It Is. Dan Shetler and the Doji stables, the owners. Dan Shetler driving. 8 is Frontier Rollo by Time to Roll. David Aaron Holtz and Benita Simmons, the owners. Andy Miller driving. 9 is Clever Character by Tell It Like It Is. Burke Racing, Weaver Buscemi, Bolakino and Card, the owners, Sam Widgera. And the 10, Roll with Time, from that first crop of Time to Roll, owned by Jeff Fod Racing, Brian Carsey and Casey Myers. Tim Tetrick is in the sulky. Exacta, Trifecta, Superfecta, late double wagering.
Final superfinals of the night. Again, Rick Moore, Peter Lurie with you, standing by here at the Dan Pat Studios and Outland area, as it were. I love you. You look so comfortable. I just want to say that right now, Rick.
My new home. This is my new home, by the way, just so you know.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's my new home.
All right, good.
That's where I live.
As far as this field is concerned, I think we've discussed the two primary players. What do you do with Crook Boys?
You know, I like this horse, Peter. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
no, it's okay.
I do think this horse, if, you know, in your trifectas and superfectas, this is a consistent sort. 12 starts this year, 9 in the money, and he's really a good. Look at his last 6 races, Peter. Really, he's been right there each and every time.
A couple of horses to discuss here. Sawyer's Desire, I thought, was another one here for Ron Burke. Again, Trace Tetrick. Trace had a pretty good night tonight, and he's looking to add it to it. It's tough to make the case for me to put this horse in the winner's circle, but I think definitely from an exotic standpoint, a must-use.
I agree with you completely. I do not see him winning this race, but I'm like you. I think if you're looking for value in your trifectas and superfectas, I think Sawyer's Desire brings that value. I absolutely do.
As far as the field is concerned, looking over there at the 6 Sawyer's Desire, what about the horse to the outside, Frontier Rolo? Andy Miller again for Tom Simmons. Andy already with a victory on tonight for Team Miller. This horse was a winner 4 back, but that was over at Hawthorne.
Yeah, and he just found it a little bit tough here at Hoosier Park. I don't see him factoring in this race this evening.
As far as the ticket is concerned, 1 to 5 on Odds On Osiris. Too low for you, or do you think
it's too low? 1 to 5 is always too low for me. I'm always looking for try and beat that 1 to 5. Look, he looks it okay. Let's face it. He's, like I said, this horse has won $600,000 lifetime already. In great shape. He's won his last 2 races. Won it out of the 11 hole last time at 2 to 5. You got to like him. I'm just, if for me, if I'm going to play $2, I'm probably going to put it on the family recipe on the 1 horse.
Well, okay, I'm going to give you a bomber here, and I'm just curious.
All right.
Longest shot on the board, 77 to 1 on the 10. Roll with Time. I realize it's Junior Haynes. I realize recent form not quite there, but you got Tim Tetrick.
Yeah, not for me. Not for me, my friend. Sorry, you have to get there without me. That's a little too big of a stretch for me.
As far as the double is concerned, where do you go with this one? You're saying big ticket, small ticket. Where do you land?
I would. I think I would use the 1 and the 4, and I'd use the 4 primarily, and then I would hook them up with Frankie Park in the last race.
Looking at the field here, and again, we're pretty much on the same page here with most of our horses here. Looking at Luane Miller, I got to say I was very, very happy for Luane taking that victory. We've discussed it before, thoroughbred, standardbred, same thing. Horses get sold, they go to different barns. It's never an easy thing to take, but he's been very professional about it, and I was glad to see him get that victory.
Yeah, that's for sure. This is a tremendous night to get that victory. Tonight is the night, and congratulations to him. If I was going to use one other horse, maybe in the trifectas and superfectas, the 2 horse in here, Caribbean Escape, added Lasix 2 races ago, got beat less than a length 2 races ago, and only got beat 3 lengths last week to Odds On Osiris. Gets an inside starting position. I think Caribbean Escape, you might want to put him on your trifecta and superfectas. I think the Lasix, 3rd-time Lasix, it could make the difference here this evening.
It's an interesting horse from the standpoint that I don't know what their defined style is. They've tried the lead, and for my money, I thought that non-winners of 4, granted it was a non-winners of 4, but I still think that style boded well for this horse. Got out in the lead, got a little bit comfortable, and then got a little brave. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried it again.
Yeah, I'm with you. He came out of the 1 hole last week and pulled it before the half to get the lead. And, he only gets beat 3 lengths by Odds On Osiris.
And he may like it, really close to leader on the lead. And, for 38-1, I think you'd have to give him a shot anyway.
Looking at odds on Osiris right now, I mean, visually for me, looks tremendous, looks very, very focused. At same standpoint, looks relaxed. Everything you want to see in a horse leading up in a race like this.
Very professional. He knows going about his business. He knows what's ahead of him. He's ready. He's going to give it all he's got.
Horse is getting ready to come into line. The final of our super finals tonight. This is the 3-year-old Colts and Geldings Pace. 2-5 favorite on odds on Osiris for the Wolf. Peter Wren and, of course, his lovely wife, Melanie Wren.
This is going to be a good one, Peter. We're going to go take it up to Steve Cross.
Absolutely. Steve Cross with the call, the 14th from Hoosier Park. Good luck.
Starter calls. Horse is approaching the starting gate. Three-year-old pacing Colts and Geldings enter the stretch for the start. Here they come. And they're off. Firing right out, Island of the Sea. Family Recipe. And for the outside, Cook Boys, odds on Osiris is away fourth. Caribbean Escape coming away fifth. Clever Character moving up into the early mix as they charge into the first turn. Sawyer's Desire coming away in seventh. Doji Gizmo is eighth. Down along the inside in ninth, it's Roll with Time. The early trailer is Frontier Rollo, 26-1. Opening at quarter time, and Crook Boys has been out to this point, now clears to the lead. Crook Boys by a length and a half, two. Island of the Sea on the inside, and here he comes. Odds on Osiris from fourth to third. Odds on Osiris now second, and Odds on Osiris simply powers by the field to take the lead. Odds on Osiris a nose and neck a length. Crook Boys back to the inside is second, 53-3 the halftime. Island of the Sea back to third. Here's Clever Character on the march on the outside, and on his back it's Caribbean Escape, well placed there by DeLong. Family Recipe caught of the shuffle with no racing room. Sawyer's Desire to the outside. They circle the turn. Odds on Osiris leading a length. Clever Character to the outside is there, looming large in second now. Trapped in behind the leaders, Crook Boys third. They pass three quarters, 121-4. And Clever Character takes the lead for Widger. Clever Character, odds on Osiris gives way. Moving up, Crook Boys into the outside. Sawyer's Desire with a rush. Here comes Doge Gizmo. Family Recipe to the inside, Crook Boys. It's Clever Character struggling. Crook Boys coming to him. Family Recipe to the inside. Down to the line. 149-4. Too close to call. Photo for win. The unofficial winner, the 9, Clever Character. Second, number 5, Crook Boys. Third, number 7, Doji Gizmo. And fourth, the 1, Family Recipe. 9-5-7-1. To the Victory Hill Farms Winners Circle. Unofficial winner of Indiana Sire Stakes, a super final for 3-year-old pacing Colton Geldings. And yet another winner from Post 9 this evening. Clever Character, a son of Tell It Like It Is, out of Ruby Delight by Better's Delight. Bred in Watseka, Illinois by the Freedom Hill Farms. Is owned by Burke Racing Stable, Weaver Brissemi, Frank Baldacchino, and Lawrence Carr of New Jersey. Ron Burke trains, Sam Widger drives. Win number 3 for the season. And a career best tonight, overcoming the tough outside post here, 149.4. It's official. Clever Character returning $21.20 to win, $11.27.60. The exact at $210.60. Trifecta, $5,819. Dime Super, $841.65. Upcoming 15th race, the 9 NASA Desire, has been scratched. Official results: Family Recipe 4, Caribbean Escape 7, Island of the Sea 10, Odds on Osiris 8, Crook Boys 2, Sawyer's Desire 5, Doji Gizmo 3, Fronterolo 9. Clever Character, the winner, roll with time 6. 4, 7, 10, 825 3916.
The son of Tell It Like It Is gets to tell it like it is in our final super final of the evening. Clever Character for the mighty Ron Burke barn. I always say it, never doubt a Ron Burke horse. Never doubt Sam Widger. Sam, that was an exciting finish. How confident were you when the lights went on? A little speechless, are you?
I thought this horse had a shot, even out of the 9-hole, because I've watched him race the last 2 years, and he's just a gritty horse. He's a fighter, and he don't have to have the best trip. He'll sit out on the outside and just last all day.
I was going to say, I don't think he got the greatest of situation because everybody was gunning for it, and obviously Odds on Osiris decided he wasn't taking any chances. He went out there. When you got headed down the lane, how confident were you that this horse's grit and determination would take over?
Well, I was very confident because he wants to pass them horses. He's a hunter. The only problem is when he clears that quick, he kind of waits on him.
Yeah. As far as the horse is concerned, what do you think? Sky's limits with this one? Because that was an incredible performance against what a lot of people, and I'm one of them, thought was a big, big horse. And unfortunately not their night tonight.
No, right. I mean, as long as Ronnie Burke has this horse and Sam Widger's driving, he's got big things in front of him.
That's what I was hoping you'd say. All right, my friend. You got a good call from the audience, so that's a good thing.
I feel like I need to stand up here and sing a song.
I think you should. Feel free. We'll listen to it. You got anything?
No. Okay. It don't come easy.
It don't come easy. Well, that was the antithesis of it doesn't come easy. Sam, I just wanted to do it because, I mean, I love seeing you here, and it's always fun to see you get the big race. Congratulations.
Thank you, and thanks to Ronnie and the owners.
All right. Sam Widger, that's going to do it for our super finals, but we got one more race coming up. Do not go away.
Wrapping up a fantastic Friday night of racing here at Harris Hoosier. Rick Moore is sitting down in the suites. Rick, I was a little concerned there for a moment. Thought we might be serenaded by Sam Widger.
You know, I was holding my breath.
Not just you, as was I.
And you know how what do they do? You know, when on TV when they want to go away from what they're at, they give it this. I was ready to give it that.
Oh boy, what a night!
What a night is right. And what the performances tonight were incredible. Steve, how about these 9-hole winners tonight?
4 of them. Count them, 4 of them.
Incredible. It just shows when good horses get together, you throw the post positions out, right?
That's why we race these horses. And you and I talk about post positions all the time, but I guess we can toss that out the window.
Well, when you get when these type of horses, you know, and you get boy, how about that half mile, Steve? 53-3.
Yeah, that may have been the demise of Odds on Osiris. Although at the top of the stretch, I noticed Peter Wren was already looking over his shoulders. I think he knew the writing was on the wall. Something was amiss, and he just wanted to make sure he was out of everyone's way.
Yeah.
With Odds on Osiris. But what a mile. What a mile by a Clever Character. This colt, of course, last year was unstoppable, but was unable to seal the deal at the end of the year. This year, he was really struggling early on, and the Burks purchased the horse via private purchase, and here he is in the winner's circle paying $21.20 from post 9 against a very talented group of sophomores.
Ronnie Burke, 21-20. How about that, Steve? You don't get that every day, right?
No, certainly don't. Certainly don't, but it has certainly been a great night of racing. And obviously, this is why we do this. And unfortunately, we're going to have to wait a whole another year before we have another super final night.
You know, it lived up to the hype, Steve. We've talked about this night for 2 or 3 weeks, and it absolutely lived up to the hype. Some incredible performances tonight. You know, too many to list, but you get a horse like this, you get a horse, I got to talk about May Baby. I mean, just an unbelievable performance.
Right.
Just, one after another tonight. It's just like you said, just an incredible night of racing where we showcase the best we have in Indiana.
How about James Yoder driving triple tonight on the biggest night of racing?
And we've talked about James Yoder. This young man has come miles, both in, with his training and driving. He's got good stock, but he does a great job. And anytime now I see James Yoder on a horse, I'm looking to say,
right.
Well, yeah, this guy can drive. I like everything about what he does.
I got to give a shout out to Gilchrist Training Center down in Bell, Florida. Quite a few of these horses, a number of these winners tonight, and several others that were nosed out, trained down in Bell, Florida this past winter. And in fact, J.K. going west, I saw him win his first baby race, if you will, and I'm going to be honest with you. I was totally impressed. They only went in 225, but I was totally impressed by the colt. And he was a colt that I kept an eye on the entire season, remembering what I saw way back in March. And, boy, he got the job done tonight.
Well, you were right. You saw this horse many months ago, and he made an impression on you. And that impression came to reality tonight.
Yeah.
Fruition, yeah.
So we've got one left here for the Thrill Colts and Geldings, and I'm going to be honest with you. I had the 9-horse picked on top. I was going to go for the swing for the fences, and again, had I known we were going to have 4 winners from post 9, I would have been pretty confident, but he's scratched. So back to the drawing board we go. Here the 15th race. I did go to the 3-horse Always Tell the Truth for driver John DeLong, as this one here comes in excellent form here. This horse was purchased via a private purchase just recently, and I thought it was a very good buy, and I'm still convinced it was a very good buy. A son of Tell It Like It Is. He's been well represented this evening. The sire has. John DeLong with a winner already this evening, and Always Tell the Truth. Let's see right now, 2-1.
Yeah, I like him too. I used him second on my ticket. I'm expecting a big race out of Always Tell the Truth tonight. But I did go with the horse, give a slight edge to the horse just inside of him, Frankie Park. I thought this horse's last 4 races were outstanding efforts. And, that race last week, Steve, against, guess who? Clever Character.
Right.
Gets beat a length in 50-3. Just didn't have enough points to make the finals. This horse is in great shape right now. He's going to get a great starting position. Jamie McCumber's on a roll. I'm going to go with Frankie Park to start my ticket.
Yeah, the rookie's certainly getting much stronger here the last few. He's been trending well, and we've talked about this many times. It's all about stable management, having these horses peaking now. And Frankie Park, as you said, second last time out. Not enough to get him into the super final, but nevertheless, he's enjoyed a good rookie season. Ricky McCumber with a winner under his belt earlier this evening. And I do have Frankie Park. He is one of 3 Breeders' Crown eligibles here in the 15th race. I've got him picked for second.
You know, and I went to the rail for my third choice, Steve, the Candyman Can. We were just talking about Ron Burke, right? And this horse has been hard used the last several weeks to get close to the lead or get the lead. I think he can get a good pocket trip from the rail. I do not think he needs to be on the lead. Sam Widger back aboard for Ron Burke, driving with a tremendous amount of confidence. I think the Candyman Can is going to get a great pocket trip. Right now, actually, he's the 9-5 or 2-1 favors. I look at the tote board. I'm looking for Candyman Can to be right there at the wire.
I did not use him here in the 15th race. With my top 2 choices, I was pretty confident with the 3 and the 2, but after that, I thought it was a wide open group here.
Where'd you go?
For third, I went to the 8 horse, High Impression. I think Kyle Wolfong can sneak in on the ticket here with this 3-year-old son of Rocket Image. Driving for Ernie Gaskin. This horse shows to have some late closing ability. He shows final quarters in 26 and 27. I think he's got a shot here, certainly to be on the ticket. Don't see him necessarily winning, but again, I'm going to put him right on the ticket.
I put him 5th. I'm like you. I don't see him winning, but I see him with a big shot of getting on the ticket. Got him, like I said, I got him 5th, and for my 4th choice, I went to the 7 horse. Again, do not see him winning, but I think with Tim Tetrick aboard for trainer Dylan Davis, I think this horse got a big shot to be at least be on the Hoosier High Five ticket.
Got him on the same spot to finish 4th, and then I went to the 4 horse Town Line Big Rigs, another rookie here making his 15th lifetime start, finally getting some post relief. That's what I saw here. The last couple starts, he was just simply along for the ride, just could not overcome the outside post positions, and of course could not overcome, well, odds on Osiris and the likes. So a much softer group here for him this evening, and so I've decided to put the 4 horse at the bottom of my ticket.
What you got?
Got a 3-2-8-7-4.
2-3-1-7-8. You got one more call in you, Steve?
It's been tough. I tell you what, I haven't been this nervous for years. That 13th race, the 2 horse, Bluebird Deacon. Speaking of a horse training down at the Gilcrest Training Center, I believe I trained him his first 3-year-old training trip this year, and I really liked the horse. And so my heart was fluttering, to be honest.
Well, you know, you did a great job calling all these races tonight, Steve. And we talked about it the other night. There is a lot of pressure on you're calling $270,000 purse races. You don't want to make a mistake. You didn't. You brought a lot of excitement to the races like you always do. Congratulations on a great night.
Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate it.
Here we go. Race 15 coming up.
And in 3, 2.
Bugler Jay Elsmore with his final call to post on this Hoosier Champions Night 2020 here on the horses for race 15 Indiana Sire Stakes Consolations. The one is the Candyman Can. By Burke Racing, Bolakino, J&T, Silver Perlin, Libby, and 187-64-72 of Ontario, Sam Widger. 2, Frankie Park. By Rocca Ruffalo, Craig Henderson, and Jennifer Rizzo. He's Breeders' Crown eligible. He's driven by Ricky McCumber. 3, Always Tell the Truth, Jeff Fott Racing, and Brian Carsey, the owners, John DeLonga. 4, Town Line Big Rigs, owned by Maynard Miller, off ship, LaWayne Miller driving. 5 is Northern Cadillac, owned by the Northern Lane Farms of Grable, J. Cross. 6, Lee and David, owned by Bottom Line Racing, Pacey Midland and Ken Cohen of Ohio, Peter Wren. 7, the Breeders' Crown eligible, Always and Again, Andrew Berg, and in the red, the owners, Tim Tetrick drives. 8, High Impression, he's Breeders' Crown eligible, owned by Ruben, Emery, Crodel, and Repairing Retreat of Anderson, Kyle Wolfong. 9 is scratched. And here's the 10, Francis Underwood. Jerry Graham, the owner, Andy Miller in the sulky. Exacta, trifecta. Hoosier High Five Wagering. You have less than a minute. Starter calls. Three-year-old Colton Geldings lining up, moving in. Field of 9 enters the stretch for the start. Here they come. And they're off in the midnight special. Out for the lead, it's Frankie Park. The Candyman can always tell the truth. Townline Big Rigs enter the outside always and again. Early mad scramble here. Francis Underwood in amongst the others there. Lee and David settles in as they head to the first turn. High Impression lagging in behind with a slow start is Northern Cadillac as they race over to the quarter-mile marker. To the outside and to the lead, it's Townline Big Rigs, 27-2 the opening quarter. And Townline Big Rigs finds himself on top as they head to the backstretch. Always tell the truth immediately there to pounce on the leader. And Always Tell the Truth, accelerating on by, will take the lead. Townline Big Rigs of the inside will follow in the pocket then. Frankie Park is next in third. The Candyman can gaps fourth. Francis Underwood of the inside is fifth. Then it's Lee and David racing in sixth, and Always and Again seventh. High Impression eighth. Northern Cadillac working his way back in here, trails in ninth. Halfway, someone 54-4. Always Tell the Truth, and the lead is 2 lengths. Townline Big Rigs on the inside, and here comes the Candyman can rushing up on the outside. Lee and David is right on his heels, second over fourth. Frankie Park locked to the inside to fifth, and to the outside to sixth is Always and Again. Reaching the three-quarter-mile marker, 1:23.1. Top of the stretch, they make the turn. Always Tell the Truth clinging to the lead. The Candyman can with a sugar rush of the outside is right there at his wheel in second. Frankie Park looking to split rivals. Out of the center of the track is Always and Again. There between horses, Lee and David to the inside is Townline Big Rigs. Here's Always and Again. Always and Again. In the last call in 1:50.4. Unofficial winner, the 7, Always and Again. Second, the 2, Frankie Park. Third, number 3, Always Tell the Truth. Fourth, the 8, High Impression. And fifth, number 6, Lee and David. 7-2-3-8-6. Returning at trackside. Winner of the nightcap, it's Always and Again, a 3-year-old colt by Always a Virgin that have Kissed Me Once Again by Jenna's Beach Boy. Homebred is owned by Andrew Berg of River Edge, New Jersey, and in the red LLC of Philadelphia. Dylan Davis trains Tim Tetrick, the winning driver. Second season's victory. Record mile here for Always and Again. Pacing at 1:50.4. Official results, the Candyman Can 6, Frankie Park 2, Always Tell the Truth 3, Talon Big Rig 7, Northern Cadillac 8, Lee and David 5, Always and Again the winner. High Impression was 4th, Francis Underwood 9. Top down 6, 2, 3, 7, 8, 5, 1, 4. Scratch 9, 150 and 4 for the mile. Well, that concludes this evening's racing action. Thanks again for joining us. Inviting you back tomorrow evening as we close out this week of racing. First post time 6:30 p.m. Until then, enjoy the rest of your evening here at Harrah's Hoosier Park Racing and Casino. Be safe and good night, everyone.